If it ain't, it is not.
It really is. Wake up, everybody. No more sleeping in bed. Welcome to the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club. I'm your brother, John.
This is Qiana.
This program is being brought to you as part of the New Image Project, the Community Development and Training Center, a.k.a. See That.
See that.
And we would like to thank y'all for tuning in to help us to redefine what's true, because smart is
The new
gangsta,
baby.
And if you don't know,
Now you know.
What's good?
You know what? It's Wednesday, right?
Yeah.
It's what's on your mind Wednesday.
So give us a call, y'all.
Let us know. Tell us how your holiday was.
Yeah.
How was your holiday?
I had a good holiday. Really, so it was a holiday weekend, kind of, sort of, something like.
Okay.
Because it was, Christmas on the Monday, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so you kind of had
kind of threw everybody off too.
Yeah, it did a little bit, right? that extended, day and week and all of that stuff. But yeah, it was good. So I did, Christmas Eve with my family, and then Christmas just was kind of a relax and chill day. And then yesterday was the first day of Kwanzaa. And so we did Umoja at the youth farm.
Right. I know the youth farm kicked it off.
Yeah, they kicked it off nice too, man. First fruit. Shout out to Dr. Warren. He did kind of the overview. Chris Warren. I mean, he's a staple, and so he always, lay it out and provides the information for people who may not know about it. And so great job there. And it was good vibes, man. Good food, good folks. And tonight is Kuji Chagulia, which is self-determination, which means to define ourselves, name ourselves, create for ourselves, and speak for ourselves. And so that principle will be enumerated tonight at Bethel Community Baptist Church at 6:00. So if you want to, get your Kwanzaa on and come beat the drum, fellowship, some good food and all of that stuff. Yeah. And just, really talk about that principle. You're more than welcome. Of course, Bethel Community Baptist Church. Don't have the address, but it's on 54 up out there. Y'all know where Pastor Sykes Church is.
Right across the street from the first. Well, no, from the second Publix.
Yes.
I'm not, because they used to be Albertsons.
Used to be Albertsons back in the day. So yeah.
Good morning, Keisha.
So yeah. But yeah, that was my holiday, man. It was great.
You know what? My holiday kicked off on the Thursday.
Okay.
Because we had the pajama party.
That's right.
Listen, let me tell you.
Yeah.
One, we had fun.
Yeah.
But when I say we partied with a purpose,
okay.
I don't know if you saw the video of all the stuff that we collected.
I didn't see it. No.
I have to repost it.
Okay.
All the stuff that we collected, the community came out.
That's amazing.
For these families, like with Story 727, we had tables.
Okay.
Full of stuff.
Well, I mean, Story always bring it out.
Yeah, but we went in. We had tables full of stuff, and I'm excited to see what next year looks like. Like, we're already planning for next year.
Okay, good.
So that kicked it off. Was that Friday, and then just kind of running around because there was some little small stuff we wanted to make sure people got.
Okay.
And then Sunday we did. So I did pajama parties all weekend. Let me say that.
Yeah, it was a lot of pajama parties happening.
This was the thing. I
saw the ugly sweater thing too.
Yeah, that was Saturday.
Okay.
And I went to Teddy's birthday party, which was a pajama party.
Okay.
On Saturday, Telly Torelli.
Okay.
Thank you. He was one of the sponsors. We did a pajama party Christmas Eve.
Okay.
That's our family thing. Every Christmas Eve,
I got you.
We do that.
So that was Sunday then.
That was Sunday. Okay. And then we did Christmas at our house.
Okay, nice.
Yeah.
And then they did the Classes Unite, the Class of 68.
Yeah.
Was that Saturday? That was Saturday.
That was Saturday.
Yeah, I was
now, you know what?
I just was overwhelmed, man.
I've never been to the Class of 68.
Yeah, from what I heard, it was really nice, man. And it's always nice. They
do that's
it at
what
the
they say.
Coliseum and pack it out. So yeah. Good stuff, man. A lot of people doing a lot of good things, man. So shout out to everybody who's doing something. Call in, let us know how your holiday weekend and week will be. Because we still like in it. Again, Kwanzaa is like, yeah.
We got that. And then Monday, It's New Year's.
Yeah.
So listen, this is our last Wednesday of the year.
It is. How about that? So what's on your mind, y'all? Give us a call.
Let's talk about it. Let's talk about this year. How was it? Because that's what we're. So the next couple of days, on the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club, we're gonna reminisce, talk about like what or
2023
and what we're looking for 2024. Okay, I'm excited about 2024.
I am too.
I'm and I wasn't always like this. Yeah, I'm going to tell you.
It took a minute to get to this place.
Like today.
Like you just got excited. Like you just now got excited about 2024. I'm excited about it though.
I was doing 2024, like how like you trying to tiptoe in the pool.
Just tip your toe in.
Just see if it's cold or
see
not.
What it's gonna be. Yeah, because 23, man, was I say this every year, right? Mm-hmm. It's a lot of people who started 2023 with us,
right?
And they wished us Happy New Year and all of that stuff together, but we were saying Happy New Year, not knowing that we wouldn't make it, or they wouldn't make it, to the end of the year.
So listen,
and so yeah, good morning, happy today, because again, when you say Happy New Year, like a lot of people didn't realize that
a lot of people a lot of people didn't.
How are you? Good morning.
And the holidays is so. See, it's up and down, right? Mm-hmm. As this age comes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's been down. And then there's some children, because like the stories I heard, because we adopted families for Christmas.
Right.
And there was a lot of stories, children who lost their parents and all they wanted was their parents back. And now you really crying. You know what I mean? Because that's the one thing I can't give you.
Right. The coloring books and the electronics and all of that. But
I can give you all the laugh and giggles.
Right.
And the material stuff, but I can't give you, you can't replace.
True.
So yeah.
Yeah, no, that it is. And I was talking to some folks too who lost people earlier in the year. And so
and this year,
and then the role that that they play in their lives and how they do holidays and all of that stuff, man.
So all right. So who would take over? Good morning, Chandra. So if y'all haven't got y'all coffee yet, listen, Urban Drinkery is up.
Pull up.
And open.
Pull up.
Did I just smack? Like, did I just pop?
Did. And that's the second time too, by the way.
Oh, okay.
Like you in it this morning.
I don't know why. And I ain't even a popper.
Okay. But yeah, that was
But I heard that one. And I was like, wait, did I just do
that? Was that me?
That was me.
Yeah, that was
but
you.
yes, no, Urban Drinkery is open right now to 2:00.
Yes.
Today.
Yes.
Go get your coffee, your teas, your Danishes.
Yeah.
And good vibes.
Real talk.
Mm-hmm.
look, I see Chandra there. But yeah, I mean, it was amazing. So shout out to those who made it through, those who making it through, those who still might be struggling, and know that you can. And if you think you can't, remember the last time you thought you couldn't, and you did. And you did.
And use your phone to friends. Yeah. During this time, use your phone to friends.
Please.
You use your phone to family, use your phone to friends,
right?
Use your support system. Do whatever you need to do to get you to a healthy spot.
That's right.
Because it's important.
It really is, man. Mental health and emotional well-being is all like real things, man. And you got to be intentional about making sure that that's happening.
Mm-hmm.
I'm training for a 5K.
I know. It's off the couch to the
5K.
Right. How's it going?
It's going all right. It's going all right. I can't say it's going bad.
You can't say it's going good.
I'm really feeling my knee right now, right here. I ain't been doing too bad though.
So wait, and how many days did you have for this?
So it's like 8 weeks, and so now it's like 6 now.
Oh, so you 2 weeks away?
2 weeks. Well, no, we still got 6 weeks to go. It's February 3rd.
Okay.
I've been training 2 weeks.
You've been training 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Do you feel like Rocky yet?
Not quite. I feel like Lord have mercy, just don't let me die. But I've been doing good though. I try to push myself, and like it's a regimen that we got. EJ, what's good, big bro? Eric Jackson.
Good morning.
And so yeah, so I'm doing that. I feel good about it. I'm excited about it. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to run the whole thing though. That's my thing. Like I always been a sprinter.
Oh
yeah, like when I ran, I was
Ain't no sprinting.
I mean, it's a 5K.
Right, you can't sprint this.
No. I mean, you got some professionals that be wide open the whole time. I'm trying to get to that level, but right now I'm just, trying not to call a cab on that third turn.
I'm going to tell you right now, I'm out of breath.
Already just thinking about it? Just thinking about it?
Out of breath right now.
Oh my God. Don't do that. Don't do that.
That's just me.
Just out of breath. Just thinking about
this is why I know I need to get back in the gym.
We just talking about a 5K, got out of breath. Man, yeah, no, it's gonna be amazing. It's the Fit City 5K. They do it every year. It's like glow in the park is what they call it. So it's like at 5:00, and then I think the race starts at like 6 on February 3rd. They do it in the dark. You get your glow, necklaces and stuff.
Oh, okay, that's pretty dope.
Yeah, it's gonna be nice.
Miss Giles, Corey's mother-in-law, she does a lot of those races.
Okay.
Like she went on this fitness journey some years back, lost a lot of weight, and jogging and running was her thing. So yeah.
Exercise. Yeah, they say that's the best exercise.
One of the best. But you got to be careful where you run at, because people run on cement and it's bad for your knees.
That's true.
So so I would suggest you hit the pool, because the pool is one of the best, because you're doing everything.
Said the mermaid, right?
Just saying. Have you seen swimmers' bodies?
I have.
They're all pretty lean.
Yeah, that's
but
true.
Almost athletes.
Yeah, the runners too. the runners as well. So y'all call us up. Let us know what was on your mind. Anything goes. King Jab, thank you for tuning in, big bro. What's on your mind Wednesday? How was your holiday?
If you want to share a special moment or anything like that,
what you're looking forward to in 2024, if you're looking forward to it at all. Let us know.
So, question: would you rather?
Okay.
Since we're talking about holidays, would you rather like have these big holiday like Christmas where gifts are passed, or like go out of town somewhere?
Big holiday,
all gifts, everybody get gifts, all this other stuff, or go out of town?
I'm in the out of town space these days.
I'm always in the out of town space.
Yeah, I'm in the out of town space. Yeah. I mean, who going?
Everybody.
Okay.
You got the kids and all. This is
so okay. That's another consideration.
The kid.
Yeah, who's all going? Where we going?
You can pick wherever you want to go.
Where we want to go, and everybody go.
Everybody gotta go.
Let's go. Let's take the trip.
I say,
let's take the trip.
Let's do that. Let's make memories.
Yeah, let's take.
Because you know what, these kids, even though you always want to put smiles on the children's face, right?
Mm-hmm.
But how long do they play with those toys?
Not long enough. Not long enough. So would you rather take a trip or exchange gifts?
Mm-hmm.
Take a trip with family?
Tony Wells said, give me a trip. Well said.
right. No, that's right. Yeah. I take the trip.
Every year we talk about that, and we do like family trips, but I think next year we might really. But if you're going to do a family trip from the holidays, you need to start like yesterday.
Yeah.
Like on the Christmas day, you need to start planning it.
Yeah, because that's like some of the largest travel days and everything as well. Is during the holidays. I know they was doing like these AAA numbers that show it's going to be X millions of people on the road, and like they tell you when is the best day to leave because everybody catching flights and all of that stuff. So yeah, you're right. You got to make sure that you time it.
So you know what I want to figure out?
King Jab say that's what we did. Packed everything. Christmas in Orlando.
There we go.
That's what I'm talking about, man.
And then out of here. Do something fun. Make some memories where they can be like, oh, this is what I did. Like,
Right.
Give the kids something else other than, give them something to talk about.
Yeah. So creating their back in the day experience. That's what I say. Like,
did y'all travel? Did you travel when you were younger?
I did. I mean, a lot of my traveling was with the nation. So like we was like.
No, like as a child. Like,
no, not as a child.
Not as a child. Okay.
I mean, between here and Leesburg, that was kind of it.
Okay, that
like,
was it.
Summers, but it wasn't like we taking a trip. We going on vacation. It was like like, yeah, we moved. We finna go stay. we finna go up here for. End up 3-4 months later. Now it's like, okay, when we going home? Like, oh no, this is home.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it, sweetheart. Don't worry about it.
You finna be starting school next week.
So you was here in Leesburg where you grew up at.
Yeah, so it was like here mostly, and then like a lot of the summers, like we go to Leesburg. I'll be there for 2-3 months in the summer, and so I didn't go like camp here. I used to just like camp with Leesburg, and so like back and forth holidays we go, and then like I spent a lot of time back and forth between the two.
Okay.
Yeah. So
we traveled. Like my grandfather made sure we did vacations. He was big on that. Like we used to get, and me and him traveled a lot by ourselves.
Okay.
Right. I'm everybody's favorite, just FYI.
I hear you.
But and my aunt went to Tuskegee University.
Okay.
So me and him went to see her a lot. And half of it, when we used to get to Alabama, he used to make me give him the directions to get to Tuskegee. He'd be like, okay, Nancy, how are we gonna get there? And I would have to direct us all the way all the way there.
That's good.
Yeah.
And this is pre-GPS days?
Way.
Yeah, way before, not even knowing that was ever going to be a thing.
So my grandfather passed away in 92.
Okay, yeah.
So I was 12 when he passed away. So we did all of this.
This is before you printed maps on MapQuest. I remember before GPS, it was MapQuest. You print the map. You remember that? You printed maps?
No.
Okay, I printed maps.
But no. And then he was big on knowing landmarks.
Okay.
So like if I was asleep, he would wake me up and he'd be like, "What's this?" And I'd be like, "Oh, it's the Swanee River." We'll sing the song.
Okay. Oh yeah, you had
And he did this with everybody too. So
yeah, you had a good
We used to pack up, travel. Let's go.
Right. That's amazing. Good morning, Miss Yvonne. How you doing? Joe Davis, thank you for tuning in. Tasha, thank you for tuning in. I appreciate y'all. It's What's on Your Mind Wednesday. So feel free to give us a call. Share what's on your mind, what you're looking forward to in 2024. Some highlights from 2023, whatever's on your mind. Just give us a call.
What was your biggest? Okay, we got like 5 minutes.
Sure.
Do we have time to talk about the biggest highlights, or we can wait for after the hour?
I think we can start. Let's do this. Let me give these shout outs.
Okay, go ahead.
So we got the Melrose Mercy neighborhood plan update is actually happening right now. And so we're asking people to go to d7speaks.com. That's kind of the easiest way. We make it easy.
Yeah.
So go to d7speaks.com and you can click the link to give your thoughts to the Melrose Mercy Plan update. There's also some community meetings that will be scheduled to discuss it. And tap in on that. Also, Palmetto Park neighborhood plan updates. Y'all know I'm big into neighborhoods and building neighborhoods. And so the plan updates are happening. And it's a lot going on. So make sure that you keep up with us. The application period opened on December 14th and opens from Monday to Monday, January 15th for the microfund. So the microfund grant, the program provides businesses located in South St. Pete, in the South St. Pete CRA with funding as well as personalized capacity building through education, mentoring, and networking. This support allows businesses to make targeted investments without having to provide upfront capital. You can find out more about that by going to stpete.org/CRA. Also, the online feedback is being requested for the community benefits for the historic gas plant. You know how we always saw historic gas plant.
I know, but
that loop, right? Cue Mr. Edmund, right?
Yeah, but see, Mr. Edmund was trying to channel me, but I ain't gonna let him.
Okay, got you, because it popped in.
Yeah.
But yeah, building on the engagement from the momentum that happened during the meeting that was held on December 13th. The city's looking to ensure that everyone, including those who may have missed the live session, they can still provide input. You're encouraged to submit your thoughts on the historic gas plant between now and December 31st. And so that's Sunday, right? So between now and Sunday, you can provide feedback on the community benefits. There's an online form. You go to stpete.org/gas plant. There's also some community benefits advisory council meetings that are scheduled for 2024 on January 9th, 16th, 23rd, and 30th. So there'll be multiple opportunities for you to engage.
Please engage. Don't sit up there in the complaint line and don't put it in there. Like, let's try to be 2020. End of 2023 and 2024,
Yes.
we are part of the solution.
Come on.
The solution. And we're
Yes.
going to complain about it. Bring a solution to it.
Yeah, make your problem the prelude to the solution.
Yes.
And so that's happening. And then also we're asking you to raise your voice for a healthier St. Pete. Let me just go here. Your city needs your voice. Healthy Food Action Plan. It's more than a program. It's a collective effort to boost health and equity in St. Pete. Focused on 16 census tracts, the Healthy Food Action Plan will target areas that have been designated as food deserts. And the next and final meeting will be January 9th at 6 o'clock at Campbell Park. And if you'd like to learn more about that, you can go to healthystpetefl.com, healthystpetefl.com. And you can learn more about the Healthy Food Action Plan. That's being designed to address some of the disparities as it relates to access to healthy and nutritious food. And then the last thing before the break is the city of St. Pete recently released a comprehensive renter's guide. It's spearheaded by the Codes Compliance Assistance Department and focus on the assistance part of codes. So it'll be able to help you with navigating resources for rent. So you can go to D7 Speaks and download a copy of the renter's guide.
And before we go on break, one more last thing. First Friday is coming up next week, right? And it's going to be the first Friday on the Deuces.
Okay.
Right?
Yep.
So it's going to be live band. You'll have He Say, She Say.
Ooh.
It'll be a nice, new thing to do. Come out on the Deuces, hang out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
First Friday is
January 5th.
Okay, gotcha.
January 5th. So, yeah, it's
it's real.
It's really real.
We really in the new year.
Oh yeah. So it's 8 o'clock. So we're gonna do a hard stop.
Yeah. Hard stop.
But
we'll be right back.
Yes. Please tag a friend, tell a friend, and we want y'all to phone us.
Yeah, give us a call. It's What's on Your Mind Wednesday. So we'll be back about 6-7 minutes after the hour right here on the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club.
The newsroom is next. This is the BBC World Service, the world's radio station.
This is Alex Ritson with the newsroom. Israel says its airstrikes have hit tunnels containing the Hamas headquarters in Jabalia, northern Gaza.
We can't accept Hamas's terms. We can't accept their rules of the game. Letting Hamas survive is just a recipe for more violence down the road.
Russian forces shell a railway station in Ukraine's port city of Kherson. The pull of the war in Ukraine reaches to Nepal's Himalayan valleys.
People are said to be charging up to $9,000 to recruit these young Nepali men so that they go via India or to the Middle East to Russia and fight as mercenaries for the Russian army.
Lee Sun-hyun, star of Parasite, the first foreign film to win Best Picture at the Oscars, is found dead.
The police had received a report that he'd left his house and he'd left some kind of memo, which appears to be a suicide note.
And dozens of barnacle-encrusted packages of cocaine wash up on the beaches of Australia.
BBC News, I'm John. The Israeli military is keeping up its offensive across the Gaza Strip, shifting most of its focus to southern and central areas. It said it had carried out strikes from the air, ground and sea against at least 200 Hamas targets in the past 24 hours. The UN has described the expansion as very worrying because of urban refugee camps housing thousands of displaced people. Juliette Toumas, the UN Agency for Palestine Refugees, says it's taking too long for humanitarian aid to enter the enclave.
There is inspection that takes quite a long time from the Israeli authorities. Then the trucks need to be rerouted. And so it shouldn't be like this. It should be much simpler. And there should be an increase in the number of trucks allowed into Gaza. It should be faster. And there should be different routes that are open and made available to bring in also commercial supplies for the market.
One of the world's biggest shipping companies, Hapag-Lloyd, says it's still too dangerous to resume journeys through the Red Sea. The German container shipping firm and others have suspended the transit of goods through the Red Sea because of drone and missile attacks by Iranian-backed Houthi rebels in Yemen. Conata Smith reports.
Hapag-Lloyd is the 5th largest shipping company in the world. It told the BBC that it's still considered the situation in the Red Sea dangerous to pass. That means it'll continue to reroute ships via the Cape of Good Hope off the tip of South Africa, adding 3,500 nautical miles, significant cost, and anywhere between 7 and 18 days to a journey.
Police in Pakistan have rearrested a senior opposition leader as he was about to leave prison in Islamabad. Shah Mahmood Qureshi, who's a close associate of the former Prime Minister Imran Khan and one of the leaders of the PTI party, was detained after being granted bail in another case. From Islamabad, here's Sarah Baloch.
Today, while he was addressing the police authorities outside the Adiala premises, he was rearrested. The PTI is alleging that he was rearrested only so that, their entire political and election campaign can be thwarted by the authorities. And also there is a video which has gone viral now on social media in which Shah Mahmood Qureshi can be seen being pushed around and manhandled by the police officers as well. So far, the PTI is saying that they are going to now go to the High Court and going to see what exactly, in which case he has been rearrested. So it is still unclear why he was rearrested.
The influential German politician Wolfgang Schäuble has died at the age of 81. The Christian Democrat served in Angela Merkel's centre-right government for 8 years as finance minister. He backed tight fiscal policies during the Eurozone debt crisis to the anger of some indebted countries in southern Europe. He was also twice interior minister. World News from the BBC. The Supreme Court in Russia has upheld a decision to bar a former TV journalist from taking part in next year's presidential election. Yekaterina Duntsova had announced she would challenge Vladimir Putin in March. The Electoral Commission voted unanimously to reject her candidacy, claiming there were mistakes in her application. In a post online, Ms. Duntsova confirmed that her appeal against the decision had been rejected by the top court. An Ethiopian opposition group has accused government security forces of killing at least 8 civilians in a drone strike in the Oromia region. The Oromo Liberation Front said the attack happened on Monday in the remote Guduru district. An eyewitness told BBC the drone hit members of a church congregation who were harvesting crops. There's been no response from the government. More than 1,000 soldiers, police and emergency workers have held drills in South Korea's capital, simulating a surprise attack by North Korea. The mayor of Seoul said the lessons learned after Israel's advanced defences were breached by Hamas in October. The exercise rehearsed attacks on key infrastructure, including the city's water supply and telephone network. Tensions between North and South Korea are high after Pyongyang tested an intercontinental ballistic missile and launched a spy satellite. Police in Australia are searching a huge stretch of coastline after dozens of packages of cocaine washed up on beaches in New South Wales. Here's Celia Hassan.
Beachgoers and fishermen discovered the first plastic-wrapped packages of cocaine 5 days ago. Since then, more than 120 kilograms of the illegal drug have been found. Many of the packages were covered in barnacles, suggesting they might have been adrift for some time. Australian Border Police.
You was listening to that one too. that sounded kind of interesting. Welcome back to the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club. I'm your brother John.
This is Qiana.
And this program is being brought to you by the Community Development and Training Center as part of our New Image Project. See that?
I don't think y'all saw that.
Y'all
didn't see that.
They wouldn't have saw it if you just had to keep it together.
I was trying.
That's part of the New Image Project.
Yeah.
Other Community Development and Training Center, aka See That.
See that. Because we are redefining
what's cool.
Because smart
is
the new
gangster.
baby.
And look, if you don't know, now you know.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Mm-hmm.
So y'all tap in, man. Again, it's What's on Your Mind Wednesday. Thank y'all for tuning in. Thank y'all for sticking through the break and hanging out with us. I see Mario's tuned in. Coos the Juke in here. A lot of good folks, man. So yeah, tap in. Give us a call. Let us know what's on your mind.
Thank y'all for tapping in all year long with the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club.
Yes.
We've seen it grow.
Mm-hmm.
Over this year, we've met new people.
Yes.
We touched new, different lives. We had our biggest interview this year.
Beanie Man. The girls, them sugar.
Yes.
And he's a real cool guy, man.
You know what? Celebrities is really not that bad.
Yeah, no, he's cool. And it was just interesting. I think about when I see, because now I see him and I see the videos and stuff, and I think about that interview, and he said, "Yeah, man, I wake up, this because it was early. He was like, I wake up and I still look good. He had on the shades. I say, go ahead, man, do your thing, bro. I ain't mad at you at all, man." He was ready though. He got ready for that interview, and it was
because it was early there.
Yeah,
they're an hour behind. So Tampa Bay Breakfast Club is kind of early in the morning.
Yeah, we struggle to get here sometimes.
I just popped again.
Yeah, that's the thing. It was you, or maybe you was around somebody.
Maybe.
Divine risings to you all. That's right. Appreciate that, Maria. So there's a blizzard warning that's been issued for the U.S. It says they had the least snowy Christmas in decades. So near record warmth was recorded in the Mideast and the upper plains as they're preparing for a blizzard ice storm. So it's going to be like in the Midwest. So for the first time in over 2 decades, less than 20% of the U.S. was covered by snow on Christmas, according to the National Operational Hydraulic Remote Sensing Center.
Mm-hmm.
They use daily ground-based and airborne and satellite snow observations to determine this data. And they said they've been collecting data daily since 2003. And just 17.6% of the U.S. was covered by snow. So it wasn't a white Christmas this year.
Have you ever had a white Christmas?
Mm-mm.
Would you like a white Christmas?
Mm-mm. I'm all right with how we do it here.
Have you ever seen snow?
I have.
Okay.
Yeah, I've seen snow. I was born in not Chicago, in Pennsylvania. I don't remember it though.
Oh, okay.
But in Chicago, when we went, I saw snow there.
Okay.
Yeah, and it was interesting.
It's pretty till you gotta walk in.
It's pretty until you gotta start moving around in it, and then it's like yeah.
It's a job.
I ain't had that job, but I saw it though.
It's a job. Just think. So the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club probably would never happen if we were in the snow. Like if we had to get up, warm up our car, put salt on our driveways.
We'll be remote.
Yeah, all day.
Maria said her relatives in Connecticut, they said it was in the low 70s.
Oh, that was pretty.
Yeah.
That was pretty over there.
The low 70s in Connecticut probably feel pretty good.
Low 70s here, not bad.
Yeah, that's perfect. That's perfect.
Yeah.
Low 70s is perfect.
Yeah, that ain't bad.
Because it's like you don't need heat or AC. That's kind of that perfect.
You're right.
That's
with
that
a little
spot.
small jacket.
Yeah, a little something you could throw on.
Right.
Then by noon you got to take it off because it still feel good.
And then by 6 o'clock you
put
need to put it back on.
That's right. That's right. Give me that all day, like year round. I'll take that.
No, I'm not taking 70 year round, but a good 82 with a breeze.
Okay,
82,
I'll go along with that. Yeah,
82 with a breeze.
Yeah, okay, yeah, I'll go along with
I
that.
can take. I can do 82 with a breeze all day.
Yeah, that's right. She said that snow is no joke. Usually in the 20s
you
with
can have
flurries. Look, I'm getting cold all down my shins.
So I do want to go skiing or tubing.
Okay, that's on your bucket list.
It's on my bucket list.
Okay.
Yeah, it is. Don't seem like it's on yours.
No, I didn't consider that one. Today is also Visit the Zoo Day. Is celebrated on December 27th of each year. So although the origins of the day are unclear, we do know that the idea of the zoo stretches far back as a couple millennia. The word zoo is in fact the shortest way to refer to a zoological park or garden. Zoos are typically home of a range of species, function as protective shelters and animals housed. My grandson was just at somewhere. I don't know if it was a zoo, but I saw pictures of him holding alligators. And
are you an animal person?
No. No. Dealing with human beings is enough.
Does it?
Are you an animal person?
I am.
Okay.
I am.
Like all kinds?
Almost.
Like exotic, like you would. What's like the most exotic pet you've had?
I mean,
yeah, you ever had like a pet lizard or a turtle or anything like that?
So, my brother had an iguana.
Okay. Which is kind of just like a big lizard, right?
Right. He used to chase us around.
How you control the iguana?
It was his. So,
like if you say get back over here, it's gonna get back over here.
So
see, that's why I don't mess with it.
yeah, my brother Jared, he had
Okay.
that's who I named Jared Shot though.
Right.
He had iguana.
Okay.
But we've always had dogs.
Okay.
We're dog people.
Okay.
Now here, let me do a disclaimer. I'm a dog person, but I'm like they have to be my dogs.
Okay.
Like I'm not scared of dogs, but I don't
do other people's dogs.
Not with I'm friendly to them, but with hesitation because I know that dogs can switch out on they don't know you. So
okay, yeah, no, I never had a connection with an animal like that.
So
what is explain to me like how you connect with them.
If you've never had a dog, like the love.
I mean, I had one, but I never connected with it.
See,
I had a couple of them.
So Blue, right?
Mm-hmm.
We have Blue, which is a German Shepherd. And Blue is just amazing. Like when I go to my mom's house, I don't he follows me around everywhere. And if I happen to stay the night there, he sleep wherever I sleep at. Like whatever room I'm in, that's what room he gonna sleep in. But in the middle of the night, he walks from room to room. He sit at the door. You know what I mean? Like he's so happy when I walk in the house, like like he miss me. He be like, he talk back. Like and he's so obedient, and he's
How do you get that though? Like I never had that kind of connection with an animal.
And he's bad too, right?
Okay.
Like he knows, so he knows he's not allowed in the kitchen,
right?
And all this other stuff, but he'll try it if like we're not around. Like he has escaped the house. Somebody done saw him. He done ran back home, sat down, like he
been there the whole time.
Yes.
I hear about that, but I never had those types of connections with it.
I've had birds. I had birds. We've had hamsters. I had rabbits. We've had fish. Cheyenne had we had a whole zoo at it. We had a bird. Like
the whole thing.
We had the whole thing.
Dr. Doolittle.
Yes, the whole. And then we had a day that we cleaned up everything. No, I mean, taking care of pets is you have to be dedicated because it's like another child.
Right.
But. The joy that they bring sometimes is just because they feel you too. Like I done been down and Blue done came over there and just like put his head on me. And he makes sure I'm good. Like he can pull her and then they're protective too.
Mm.
So yeah.
No, I hear that. No, Coach D said some people are animal whisperers, not me. I just haven't had the connection. Not that I wouldn't want to, but I don't know.
But we've always had like OJ. Yeah. I think OJ was another German Shepherd growing up.
Okay.
He was very like when I used to walk to school in the morning, and when I get off the bus, by the time I hit the corner, he's already standing up, waiting on me to walk back to the house.
I see those videos with yeah.
No,
I see it. It's like you got a whole reaction to it, but I never had that experience. Like I remember I had a dog, it died. I had another one. Maybe that's why, because I had like a couple traumatic incidents with animals.
Cheyenne we had a German Shepherd. We're German Shepherd people. Let me say that.
Okay.
Lily. And she passed away. And we thought she ran away at first, but she was old and she went under the house and passed away. We ended up finding her, but we told Cheyenne she ran away, right? Because I just could not bring it to me to tell her. Then like years later, my little cousin told her, Cheyenne was like, I can't believe
that y'all held on. Y'all held that. You couldn't break the news.
I couldn't because she loved Lily.
Yeah.
I mean, but they're good. Wow. But we've had pit bulls, which pit bulls get bad names, but they're loving as well. They're energetic. We had toy poodles, standard size poodles. We done had a Shih Tzu. Like when I say we done had them, a German Shepherd mixed with a Labrador. Like we done had a little.
Had them all. Wow. Okay. No, I hear that. So yeah, if you are an animal person, today is Visitor Zoo Day. They probably got like some discounts too if you look.
You probably do.
Because if the zoos don't know that it's Zoo Day, shame on them. But yeah.
I will tell you, the older I get, the more hesitant I get. Like I used to be really outgoing. Like I got a picture of me with albino snake, the big python around my neck.
That was my grandson. He didn't have it around his neck, but he had they was like really into it.
Like I'm like, yeah, not
all the things that Papa won't do.
I like to touch the stuff. Sometimes I be a little scared, but I be wanting
to get it, like just see what it.
Yeah, just like. Oh, okay.
Yeah, they say the reptiles are cold.
They are.
Yeah, they said he was holding the alligator and it was like cold, I guess because they cold-blooded or whatever. But
yeah, they are.
Yeah, not quite my thing.
Have you ever seen, so when we were down south, iguanas are everywhere, and when it get cold, they fall out the tree.
Yeah.
And
I've seen that. I've seen it. Yeah. Where they just fall, like I've seen them on the sidewalk.
Yeah, they
just freeze and
they just freeze because they stuck because it's
it gets so cold. It's like I'm just gonna stay right here.
No, they don't know. They can't get their grip because they frozen at this point, so they end up like until they defrost.
What a life. All right. Also, on this day, prohibitionist Carrie Nation. She was basically a woman who she would smash up bars. This is going back to like the 1900s, the early 1900s. So she smashed up a bar at the Carrie Hotel in Wichita, Kansas, causing several $1,000s in damage, landing her in jail. She was released shortly after the incident and became famous for carrying a hatchet and wrecking saloons during her anti-alcohol campaign. And so this was when they was like in the 1900s, they were basically regulating morality is what they called it. And so because they said that women depended a lot on men, if their men had drinking problems, the impact that it had on the house and the household was horrible.
I know it. Well, I can see it in my mind right now.
And so what they did was they had like this movement against alcohol sales because it was like, I need my husband to be,
I need him to be nice.
I need him to be ready.
Be nice, because alcohol kind of bring out a different beast to you sometimes.
Yep. And so she, her son was killed. Let me see here. Her son was killed, and I think it had something to do with alcohol, is what they were saying. But she was a part of the Women's Christian Temperance Union that was founded in 1874. And they were concerned about the problems that alcohol was causing on their family and society. At the time, women lacked the same rights as men, so they could ruin their life if their husband had an addiction. And then she died actually before it was approved, where they prohibited it, January 16th, 1920, where they prohibited alcohol sales. So the alcohol sales was illegal in the United States from 1920 to 1933. And
just for a little while.
Yeah, because they said it failed, it didn't work. And that's when like Al Capone and the bootleggers and all of them like was real big because people still wanted their booze.
You know what I did go see? The Color Purple.
Tell me about it.
Oh, so let me tell you this. If you
Melissa, good morning.
Color Purple, see the Color Purple.
Okay.
I was pleasantly surprised. Like I really enjoyed the movie. It about 30 of us that went yesterday.
Oh yeah, you did. You said, but I mean, you kind of had that planned, right?
Yeah, I did. We've been bought our tickets. We went. So they made changes.
And you knew it was a musical.
Yeah, but it was kind of like Dreamgirls.
Okay.
So you know what I mean.
Okay.
So
it wasn't just like all musical.
No.
Okay.
So it was like Dreamgirls. So people who like my aunt and my cousin, they're not musical people. But they enjoy. Like everybody really enjoyed it. Some of the stereotypes that people complained about.
Yes.
Was
the lack of black males.
Well, the black males is in there. Definitely talk about the image of black males.
Yeah.
In there, that narrative changed a little.
Okay.
A little, which I was
get Oprah on the phone. Let me
which I like.
Okay.
The subtle changes that they made in it made an impact in the movie for me.
Okay.
Let me say that because I went in there because I know the conversation that we had.
Yeah.
So I kind of went in there looking
like with that lens. Yeah. It's like, let me see how they gonna show the black man in this movie. What the black man look like.
But what I did, but they showed sisterhood more than anything else.
Okay. Which is needed.
And that's what I said. Like when we were talking about it, sometimes you don't want to down another one to uplift something else, but these are movies and it depicts life. And sometimes it is what it is, even though we don't want it to be like that, but it is what it is.
Right. And did you see Taraji P had like an interview where she was talking about how she almost didn't do the movie because they were being underpaid. And like it was an interview, I think, with Gayle King. Matter of fact, let me just read it.
Yeah, go ahead. So I know she said something. I just didn't watch. Go ahead.
Okay, yeah. So in a joint interview with co-stars Danielle Brooks and the director Blitz, Henson stated that she may stop acting altogether due to challenges Black actors face in negotiating for fair compensation. She emphasized the need to work excessively to turn a profit, facing racial pay disparities and struggling to cover expenses for her team and taxes. Long story short, she was just highlighting the challenges that they face as Black actors, and she was saying, like, after she break a glass ceiling and she do like something monumental that it hadn't been done, and they said that it never could be done, like when it's time to negotiate the next movie, like none of that's considered, and she's basically starting at the bottom again, and she's like saying she over it, she's exhausted, and like people don't really understand how that pay structure works, because once you get all of this pay, like you got your glam team, you got your squad, you got your all of the expenses associated with it, and she was like, big bills come with it.
It does. So people don't understand, right?
Yeah.
It's entertainment, and people don't know the behind the scenes of entertainment.
Yeah.
So when you're calculating prices, you have to calculate all of those expenses when you give a price. Right. Not an actor over here, but I do have an entertainer. You know what I mean? Who's in the entertainment business.
Right.
And I know when I give prices, when I tell you, sometimes people clutch their pearls and some people just open up their checkbooks, right? Because they understand. But it takes so much to go up and be able to entertain you.
Right.
To even just make a small profit. And then again, you want to make sure your team is taken care of.
That's what she was saying. It was like, she said that how people compliment her on how much she worked, but she was like, I gotta work. Like, I gotta do these jobs. So I'm gonna say this. Yeah. So she can't do 1 or 2 movies a year and be like, okay, I'm just chilling.
So years back, Monique went on this rampage and everybody looked at her like she was crazy. Everybody turned their back on Miss Monique, and maybe she might have did it a little wrong.
But yeah, she had the same.
She had the same beef. Like, I've gotten all these accolades, and y'all still don't want
Oscar.
Right. Tell me who else won an Oscar.
Right.
And then you want to pay me as if I'm just
like
entry level.
Like I'm up and coming. Yeah.
And everybody else looked at her like, girl, take what you can get type of stuff. But now that it's affecting you, everybody else said, you see all of them. Terrence Howard.
Oh, he talking about the pay too?
He came up because he was saying he got like 350,000 per episode. Sounds like a lot of money. Per episode
for Empire?
For Empire.
Okay.
Right? Per episode. But there's other Judge Judy. She gets something like in the millions every episode.
Yeah. And I remember they were saying like Friends, that was a big deal when they was getting like $1 million an episode each or something like that.
Right. There's money because they're paying for advertisement. It's a whole lot of stuff out there.
Yeah. So what y'all think about Taraji, man? Because that's what she said. She's facing the struggles compared to her non-Black counterparts. She said she had to start additional streams of income, such as a hair care line, and then she has a mental health foundation. Like, so she was saying, like, if she leaves the industry, like, she's gonna really just focus on other, business and other ventures that she has, because like this acting, it ain't all what it seems.
So I'm gonna say this: they
get the fame, but not the fortune.
Right. Okay. So I'm kind of reading the comments a little bit. So they're really mad at Oprah.
Okay.
But I don't.
Shame on Oprah for not agreeing with her. Harpo is owned by Time Warner. Okay.
But so this is Oprah is also. This is what we forget. Oprah is also a Black woman. And so the money that they're giving other networks, I can promise you, they're not giving Oprah.
Yeah, and I think she sold a lot of her stake in OWN. Like, I don't think she may be majority anymore.
I don't know, but she had to do a lot of stuff to keep OWN on the TV. You know what I mean? To keep it running. So remember that when we're like throwing daggers.
I saw. And I don't know what to make of it. I don't know if you saw it. It was like a TikTok clip where it was like some awkwardness between Oprah and Taraji when they was like doing a photo. So like Oprah was coming, it was just the two of them, and you can kind of see, and then you know how they narrate the TikToks, right? And it was just like, I don't know if they was making more of it than what it was, but it looked like, it was like some tension in between them.
It could be and it could not. But what is it?
I should say what happened. I love us, boy.
But you know what?
What had happened was
we can make up a whole story, right?
Yeah.
But before we do that, remember Oprah is also a Black woman.
Yeah.
In this
I hear
industry that is dominated by white men.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, and she made a way out of no way.
Yep.
She did something that nobody else was able to do because who other Black person you know owns their own?
I'll tell you who.
Go ahead.
Byron Allen. And they just did his awards. You got to check Byron Allen out. He been real like low key with what he been doing, but they just did the Byron Allen Awards. I think he owns the Weather Channel.
Oh.
Yeah, he owns the Weather Channel, and like Byron Allen is huge
in
entertainment. And he was trying to like make some other moves, and I think he might have tried to buy BET.
He's about to do it again. He's about to. So
yeah, he made an offer to buy BET, but they overpriced it basically.
And that's why Tyler Perry pulled out.
Yeah, because they were overpricing the network.
Yeah, they're trying to do because Tyler Perry when it. You know, Diddy was trying, you know, he got revoked and all this other stuff. So, but yeah, before we hop on the bandwagon and throw daggers at our people, let's pull back this onion and see if Oprah getting the money that everybody else is getting.
Right.
Before, you know what I mean?
Speaking of hopping on the bandwagon, did you see that thing with TD Jakes?
Oh yeah, a little bit.
Which thing you saw?
Okay, because they're trying to say that TD Jakes with Diddy.
Okay.
And then I saw the clip of TD Jakes, and he said, "Everybody tune in because they think I'm about to talk about that lie."
Yeah.
And I'm not giving that any time.
He said he wasn't finna use the space to address that.
Right. We're gonna tell you the truth.
Okay.
Today.
What y'all think, man? TD Jakes. But here's what happened for
Go
me.
ahead.
I saw like the trending in the comments, right? I saw people talking about TD Jakes. And so I Googled TD Jakes to try and see, you know, what it was, right? And when I Googled TD Jakes, I saw that I want to say maybe 2 weeks ago, that he got the approval to move forward with developing 94 acres. And he's building affordable housing in on that same like space where Tyler Perry Studios is.
Okay.
I think it's called Fort McPherson or something like that.
Okay.
Is it because he said it was an old Confederate army base, and then Tyler Perry bought a part of it, and then TD Jakes has another part of it, and they're about to build affordable housing.
Look at that.
And it's like again 94. So you think about it in comparison, the Tropicana Field site is 86 acres. He has 94 acres that they're about to develop in Georgia. And then it's like another, I forget.
It's a whole town.
So you got like a whole town there. And there's another partnership that he has with somebody in South Florida. It says that TD Jakes partners with New Urban Development to build affordable housing in Hallandale and Miami Gardens, Florida. The collaboration aims to address the need for affordable housing in South Florida, contributing to community revitalization. New Urban Development is Miami's largest Black-owned real estate developer, and they've been revitalizing neighborhoods for nearly 2 decades. And they partner with TD Jakes, and they're going to develop 200 units to offer to address the limited housing options that African Americans have in that area. I think they said 150 of the units will be tailored to address the needs of seniors. And the partnership, they said, like really has a holistic approach to community revitalization, including education programs and financial literacy. And so it was just interesting for me that the headlines was about him and this Diddy situation, but there was like no mention of him and the work that he's doing to develop, you know, affordable housing. So like, man, they tripping.
Of course. Dan, thank you for the stars. Margaret, we get it. You do not like Oprah.
That's pretty much what it said. What she said, we can't make excuses. I saw that. Look up the project where she shut down Ice Cube. Oh, she has a history. I don't rock with her. Yeah.
I have an opinion, but I'm going to tell you is that sometimes it's easier to throw stones when you're not in that position. I would have to say that.
Thank you, Miss Debbie, for the stars.
It's easy to tell somebody what you'll do when you're not doing it at all. And I'm not discrediting how you feel about it, but I know I don't have Oprah money, and I don't have Oprah connects, but I know how the hard decisions that I have to make, being over a lot of stuff, and everybody don't like the decisions that I make.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I'll tell you what kind of turned me off with Oprah was when she did that thing with Michael Jackson, and how they tried to like,
right.
You know,
I didn't care for that either.
Bring back the, you know what I mean?
Care for that.
I
didn't care for that.
That was like, come on, Oprah, like, really, you gonna do that to the brother? And I think he had passed at that point.
Yeah, he was the HBO. The HBO special.
Yeah, and she like funding the foolishness, and so I was like, that ain't cool. So that kind of threw me off with Oprah when I seen her do that. Yeah, and then the conversations about Monique and what she was experiencing.
I mean, listen, I'm not saying that Oprah is necessarily all good or all bad.
For real. So that's what's happening with that. I saw something else when we talk about trending topics and in the news. One of the latest, I guess, so we talked about Taraji, talked about TD Jakes. Actor Vin Diesel has been accused of sexually assaulting a former employee in a newly filed lawsuit.
I'm gonna tell you is that I feel like this is the new wave.
Yeah, what's up with that, man?
Everybody now, and I my heart goes out to the victims.
Yeah,
but I will tell you this is that if you're found, if they're found not guilty, I think that the people who accuse them, and if they were lying, they need to be
some consequence.
There should be, because you're using man hours.
Yeah.
You're trying to you see it like they're 15 minutes of fame.
Yeah.
Or whatever the case may be, or just trying to get a cash payout during that time. And if you have been victimized, you need to say something.
Right.
Right. But if you're not, don't play with that, because this is what happened with women who has been victimized. And then it's so hard for them to prove their case because so many other people have called wolf.
They're like them false claims. And
right. And it makes you,
it makes it harder for like the legitimate claims
to come in and.
Yeah. Because they said, I won't read it because it's one of them things, man. It's another one, I guess. If I had to put a button on it, another one. Vin Diesel. So y'all keep your eyes on that. They said he hasn't publicly responded to the lawsuit yet, so there's no word from him.
What's up with his fanny pack? I don't know what you're talking about. I'm sorry.
We have
call in.
Tolerated the misogyny for a long time. It's time out. People, it's time out. People are speaking their truth. I hear that. And that's why it's hard to really go one way or the other with that, because people have put up with a lot of stuff and tolerated a lot, and now I was watching something about 106 in Park, and they were talking about when one of the guests was on there, how the host Roxy at the time was like basically being harassed all through the breaks, and they ended up having to put one of the guests off. And they were saying that was another one of the common things that was happening, where people just go overboard with their advances, and it go from like a flirting and trying to get your number to like full out harassment. And that was prevalent.
That was 106 in Park was 90s, right?
Early 2000s, late 90s, early 2000s.
106 in Park was definitely when we were in high school and going into the 2000s, right? Yeah, somewhere around there. So
The Rock was on IG wearing a fanny pack.
Okay. Okay.
But it was good. It was basically highlighting just different moments. From the show,
I just say once you know better, you do better, or you should, right?
Yeah.
We came from really a culture where people were really aggressive. We back then.
I think we talked about it before too. Like you look at movies like 9 to 5 with Dolly Parton and all of them, right? So it's not just our
No, I'm just saying.
Culture,
I'm just saying the culture
just like
is
the whole misogynistic, like men.
And so when I say that, it's not just, but the culture is. Let me say that the culture itself came from something.
Yeah,
it wasn't just in the Black community.
Oh yeah, and I think that's like times are changing. Like stuff that was acceptable is no longer acceptable, and then there's things that were not acceptable that are. It's like the tide is changing. Public opinion has been swayed and moved, and so you take a position, and a lot of times our position is based upon the way we grew up or the time we started our journey and what was the dominant narrative at that time. And so we just inherited that. And now as, other generations coming, opinions are changing.
Yeah, they are.
You got some that's like, okay, I can see that. And some like, oh, hell no, never, ever.
Never. And see, I'm one of the people like, I try not to put myself in situations, right? Like, okay, here we go. I'm not going to nobody's house at 2:00 in the morning thinking that like we just finna drink coffee.
Yeah.
I'm not putting myself in that situation.
I hear that.
I'm not gonna get up I'm not gonna leave the club and go home with somebody.
Yeah.
And thinking, oh, we just finna eat IHOP.
Right.
Not at this, what I mean?
This is stuff that you like.
These are things
you know what come with that.
Right. Like let's be real. Like
times haven't changed that much where you think, oh yeah, you just calling me at 2:30 in the morning because you want to like.
And I told y'all about the story that I just had with the junior pastor. Right. and that was but you want me to and this was not even late night, so anything can happen.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
With anybody.
Yeah. You know what I mean? So be careful. State what you mean. You know what I mean? And everybody has the right to change their mind at any given moment.
So Dan, I want to know how you're going to do this. Dan said, I might bring fanny packs back on the South Side. I'm going to get some rollerblades too.
Okay, Dan.
I don't think rollerblades ever made it to the South Side, did they?
I'm a rollerblader.
You're a rollerblader?
Yeah.
Okay, we was in different circles. I don't remember Black people on rollerblades.
Did you skate?
I had the 4 wheels. Though.
I had 4 wheels, but I like rollerblades better.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, because I always I stuck with what I know, and the 4 wheels was it.
I can't tell you when I switched over, but
okay, but you're a rollerblader.
I like rollerblades. Cheyenne likes roller skates.
Okay,
like Cheyenne right now carry roller skates with her everywhere she go.
I don't know about them fanny packs though. I've been seeing them though, and they got them where they like cross the shoulder. Like I've been.
So here you go. Yeah. If you can wear a fanny pack, wear it. But if you can't, then you can't.
Then you can't.
So there you go. That's it. Because some men can pull it off, and you be like, oh, okay. And then some men be like, what you doing?
So what you like? You like it in the front, the side, or in the back? How you like the fanny pack?
For a guy?
How you like to see it?
It got to be
across the shoulder.
Yeah.
That ain't making it a fanny then.
No,
the fanny is like, you.
No. I didn't no.
So you got to find a fanny pack because I've been seeing the fanny packs like.
Yeah, you got to.
They're not really fannies though. They like shoulder packs. Or
whatever
something.
You want to call it. Put it across the shoulder. Sling it.
Man purse.
A man. That listen. Listen.
If your stomach, right. Yeah, the stomach do got a lot to do with how that fanny pack look.
Yeah,
on
but
you.
So women can wear it.
It's a satchel. Oh, God. Oh. It's a satchel. I never would. Yeah, not these days. I think in middle school I wanted one.
You probably did because back then, because you remember,
they had like the Louis
White
Vuitton
Man Can Jump. They had fanny packs then.
Yeah. Oh my God. Ooh.
But now, I mean, listen.
Fanny packs and Jerry curls.
Ooh, would you ever get a Jerry curl again?
No.
Did you have one?
I had an S curl, and my daddy said, "Boy."
Just
my daddy would. I had a little S curl. I don't know what's the difference, but mine was an S curl. It wasn't Jerry, but and I,
your hair grew a lot too. But
I liked it, but my daddy was like, mm-mm.
You was messing up all the sheets.
No, he just was like, boy, if you don't get that mess off your head, you don't get that mess out.
Okay, so I'm gonna get you a fanny pack.
All right, I appreciate it.
I want to see how you wear it.
I don't know.
Where your wife at?
You gonna get it from Dan. One is a J and one is an S. That's the difference between the Jerry and the S curl.
I guess.
Yeah.
Oh, so
Somebody
one makes
really-
makes a J, the curl makes, and then the other one makes
I don't know.
a Jerry. I don't know. I know. So
I had it one time.
I never had a Jerry curl.
And I think the one that they gave me was like somebody else was getting one. And they had some left over.
It was a 2 for 1.
It was like, they had like the leftovers Jerry curl stuff that they usually put in the refrigerator or something.
Oh, yeah.
But they was like, go ahead.
So how you felt when you went? Well, how you felt when you?
Man, I was like, you know. I was like, what's his name? You remember Breaking, the movie Breaking and Turbo?
Yeah.
How he had like, I had like a turbo kind of with the,
and then you saw
it had like the little curl in the front.
So then when you got it, did you start break that?
Oh yeah, I put a string on the broom, and so I was like, you know, like man, I was turbo in my mind. Pops came home and shut all that down. I was like, man. Shout out to all the strong black fathers.
See, back then, breaking, remember guys wore half tops?
Yeah,
You
I
know,
didn't do that though.
No, but I'm just saying,
And
but
them tight
nobody,
pants,
right?
yeah.
Nobody found it so feminine back then. You know what I mean? Because they did all of that. They had fanny packs,
Yep. That's
all
true.
of that.
Let's do Ask Qiana. We got a little bit of time.
Okay.
He said with the curl in. That's what I had, Jab. That curl in the front. That was the one. Like I had the whole turbo. That's what I was going for. And yeah, the ear clips. Shout out to Mo Scott, man. Appreciate you, big brother. Keys for life. All right, so let's do Ask Qiana.
Okay, go ahead.
And Ask Qiana is brought to you by the One Community Grocery Co-op. So if you're tired of limited food options in South St. Pete, you can actually take control with the One Community Grocery Co-op, our community-owned retail grocery store. You can join us as an owner and help us build a thriving store that meets community needs for fresh, healthy, and nutritious foods. Your ownership makes a difference. So if you'd like to learn more about the One Community Grocery Co-op, you can visit ocgc.coop or attend any of the upcoming events to be a part of a healthier future. And we want to thank you for your support of the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club and Ask Qiana. All right, dear Qiana, I'm 22 and have been dating a 55-year-old man I'll call Gerald for a year now. Because of the differences in our ages, I have been trying to find things for us to do together so our relationship can be more than just sex. I really love Gerald and want it to work, but how do I make it work when he won't meet me halfway? We really don't have any reasons to fight except for his jealous ex of 11 years. How do I try to keep this relationship? Everything I suggest, Gerald turns down. Is it because deep down he doesn't want to be in a relationship, or that he doesn't think it will go far? Any advice would be helpful. I got my first thought too.
Yeah, so I want to say, all right, so 22 is so young. Let me say that.
Okay.
But you are grown, so do whatever makes you happy. Because there are some younger women who do not, like older men.
Okay.
It may be your thing. So I can't tell you. You say you really love him, I believe it.
That's older too.
That is older. Yeah, that's older. Like like older. But one is you need to figure out what you're looking for. And make sure that y'all have the same core interests.
Okay.
There's gonna be a big
She's 22 and he's 55.
Yeah, it's a big difference. And I don't know if he's a young 55, because you have some young 55s who still is very youthful.
Okay.
And still want to, you know what I mean? And then you have some 22-year-old that's more seasoned, if that makes sense.
Okay.
Who don't really want to hang out in the clubs and do all of that's not their thing.
Right.
They kind of got old souls.
Mm-hmm.
But I will tell you is that you need to make sure that your core needs are being met. And if not, unfortunately, and I definitely believe in love. Like I'm one of them hopeless romantics. I'm learning that love, unfortunately, is just not enough.
Okay.
To sustain a healthy relationship.
Yeah.
You have to have more in common than just love, because in relationships, you fall in and out of love. And not saying that you never like you're never not loving your partner, but there's times where you don't like them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's times when you land next to them and be like, what am I doing? You know what I mean? And you have to be able to navigate that because what's the testament of a healthy relationship to me is how you act when it's not good.
Right.
How do y'all overcome the not? It's easy.
Yeah.
To be with you when you're happy and everything good, but when you're not, your needs are not getting met, and if you're with somebody for a long time, your needs are not going to be met at some point in time.
Yeah.
And you're going to feel like you got the short end of the stick at one point in time, but is that the person that you still rather be with? Are you still willing to fight it with them through? And I don't know. I can't tell you if you're at that point to see if that's the person with you. Like, does he want more children? You know what I mean? Do you want kids? There's other things that make this relationship, you know what I mean?
Can I jump in here?
Yeah, go ahead, hop in.
So here's the line for me, right? And then thinking about the ages, it says, because of our difference in ages, I've been trying to find things for us to do together so our relationship can be more than just sex.
And so it doesn't sustain anything. Like,
so here's what I'm thinking.
Go ahead.
He 55, she 22. He all right with the arrangement because he's saying she want to do something other than sex, and everything that she suggests he turns down. Like, he ain't trying to do nothing else with you but have sex. Like, that's kind of that's the choice point that I'm seeing. Right. I really love him. I want it to work, but how do I make it work when he won't meet me halfway? Because he cool with the current arrangement. He's 55 and he got him a 22-year-old
that he can show
that's
up.
in love with him.
Right. So you're gonna do whatever.
Man, Gerald doing his thing. Gerald doing that. That's like,
you heard it from a man.
That's like Sugar Daddy 101. I mean, I'm not speaking for all men, but I'm just thinking, she 22, he 55. What is he going to do with her? And she trying to figure out what to do with him.
Especially
like,
when there's no,
especially
when he's not giving more.
Right. She said they don't have no reasons to fight. He got a jealous ex. But how do I try to keep this relationship? Everything I suggest, Gerald turns down. Is it because deep down he doesn't want to be in a relationship? No, he liked the relationship the way that it is.
He's made
good.
Yeah, the terms and conditions that he set, you have agreed to.
Yeah.
Now I will tell you, you can change it. But that may be meaning that you have to change Gerald.
You can't change Gerald. You got to change yourself.
When I say change Gerald, meaning that you have to walk away from it.
Yeah.
If
change the partner. Or you just like, it's unfortunate, I hate to say this, but like, cut out the sex and see how Gerald act. That'll tell you something. That'll tell you something.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
That'll tell you something. You cut the sex out and see how Gerald act in.
Yeah.
That'll tell you where he want to go with it.
Yeah.
And it might end up on a night out at the Color Purple, or it might end up with, just no longer seeing Gerald. Because you do that,
you'll see where
you'll see where his head at. You'll see what they're about. Yeah.
I want to know if he's ever, like, if they go on dates.
It don't say.
It doesn't say. You know what I mean? Because because it is. I want to know a little bit more.
Yeah. Tasha says she's so young, she should focus on herself. Yeah, I agree. Because shoot, 22.
What were you? You were locked in at 22. I think that's terrible to kind of, you tell people that, but you've been locked in. You were locked
since
in.
High school. Yeah.
And it ain't turned out pretty bad for you. I know people who's been locked in since high school, and you want me to tell you, those people are still.
But we not 30 something years apart.
No, but I'm just saying that, like, when you tell people to, everybody's goals are not you know what I mean? Everybody don't strive to be this independent woman. Everybody doesn't.
Yeah, she want to like really make it work and have a relationship.
Yeah, you just
with
never
this guy,
know. Like, you know what I mean? I think
it don't sound like he really he interested. In my opinion, I mean, you 55, she 22. She said she wanted to be more than just sex, and I think Gerald just cool with.
And I'm gonna agree with you.
Like, let's just hang out. Let's do this, and then when she suggests, okay, maybe we should go here, he's like, nah. I'm tired.
I would tell you, it's always a problem when in a relationship when your needs are not getting
so
met.
you 22, you got an idea. I'm 55. What's your idea? What's your thought?
What
you want to do?
Huh?
Let's play this out. How's this happening?
I can't even tell you what I wanted to do
At
when
22,
I was 22. I can't tell you.
What with a 55-year-old? What's your suggestion?
What, we playing bingo?
Exactly.
No, but listen.
What plans do you make as a 22-year-old? What
so
you want to go see?
Tell you.
Who you want to go see at 22?
So let me tell you, at 55,
you want to go see Sexy Red.
Oh,
and he like.
So I'm finna tell
no
you.
Ski over here,
he better be ready to take turmeric.
Oh, you got some medicine for
you get some.
Mama Blue say not that kind of grandpa. Maria say go fishing. Yeah, maybe that's what she ought to do. See if Gerald want to go fishing.
Museums.
Okay. He probably was alive for a lot of that stuff that's in.
But see, this is so again musically they may be because because I mean live music is always like you can't go wrong with live music if you like music.
Ooh.
You know what I mean? Rubies. If you're from say Rubies, y'all go to Rubies. Yeah. This is a mixture of everybody.
That's what you can do.
You can.
I like what Dave said. He said if 22 isn't getting him up off the couch, his days are over.
Yes.
Mama Blue say silver sneakers. That's an idea.
I mean, so
they can go play shuffleboard. Thank y'all. I appreciate it. You can help the lady out.
Go see Color Purple.
Go see Color Purple, but he probably remember the old one and probably got a little trauma on that. So he ain't trying to see it. Yeah, shuffleboard, bingo.
It's something
at 55.
So 55 is not what you.
He probably want to put on clothes and go somewhere. He probably
but 55.
clean up nice.
You think of people that's 55 right now. I'm thinking of my aunties right now, right?
Okay.
They down with whatever. Okay. Almost. You know.
Yeah, 55 is different for a lot of us.
Yeah, like 55 ain't that old.
Not.
You know what I mean?
But when you stack that up against a 22-year-old, because you think about how old was 55 when you was 22. See now we like in that 40. This is what I told somebody. The older I get, the younger old becomes.
Yes.
You don't hear me. The older I get, the younger old becomes.
And I'm one of them. I'm gonna tell you, I'm one of them people.
55 was old when I was 22.
I'm one of them people who, when we're talking about dating ages, I'm kind of open to certain things. If that makes sense. What they said.
No, I'm just thinking about that. Like, how old is too old?
I don't.
Or how young is too young?
I don't. So.
I guess what would be like an ideal, or like when do you say, okay, nah, that person too old?
I don't know. I don't know, because I've seen people. I've seen people fall in love with, like, I had a client, a customer at Denny's, and he was 20 years younger than his wife.
Okay.
And like they were together for years. Before I met them, they were together for years, and he stayed with her, and she passed away. And that was love of his. Like you could tell, like he loved every bit of her. Like you could tell it oozed out of them. So I don't, I'm not one of the people to tell you
that's old. What age is too old?
I'm not with you. Will ideally, I say find somebody you have a connection with, and that who's meeting your needs. A lot of times we put these conditions on each other that people tell you what's right or wrong, but if it works for you, it works for you. And the two people in it defined it. Now I will tell you the one thing that does find really creepy to me is like when you're doing the age, if you saw that person grow up, you seem predatory to me. So
if I'm 55, you 22,
but
I've been around since you was 12, and I was
that's predatory 45. That's predatory to me. If you sat and waited,
if you watch them grow up and all of that.
I think that's the line that crossed for me. Like if I saw you grow up, and if you call me,
it don't matter how old.
If you saw me, if you ever called me Miss,
so is it male female age difference? So like if the guy is.
It 50, doesn't matter.
So what if if it's a 22-year-old guy and a 55-year-old woman? Is that Does gender play a part?
All of it. I think it play like I go with the same rules across the board.
Yeah. Miss Margaret.
If you call me Miss Margaret
ever in your life, then you're too young.
Then you too. If you
okay,
yeah. So just like when I just said, if you could wear the fanny pack, you wear it, and if you can't, so if you're young, if you're younger,
or if they babysat you.
Oh, if they babysat, that's the same thing. If they babysat you, that's predatory.
Yeah, that's too young.
You know, but I mean, some babysitters were like 5 years older than the people that they babysat.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Because you back in the days, they used to get young kids to babysit. So you know what I mean? They're kind of in that same group. But if
you're 15 and 10, and then by the time you get like 18, 19,
20, that kind of gives you a different kind of.
That's a little different.
That's a little different, but you know,
but these are like generational differences.
Yeah,
like they born in totally different generations, and so like you think about like the life stages and just where you are in life at 55. Like you like on the tail end of your career and your work,
right? That's
or like you in it real good, and now somebody 22 still kind of trying to figure it out.
I think so. I think 55 to 20 would make me uncomfortable.
Yeah.
But I mean, hey, if it works for you, go for it.
Okay.
But I've dated younger.
Right.
Most younger guys think that I'm younger anyway.
Okay.
So nobody ever pushed me at my age that I'm at.
Right.
So, and I don't think age defines your maturity level. I think life experiences does.
Okay. Wow, time flies when you're having fun. So so you heard it. Hopefully that's helpful information. I'll tell you again, withhold sex for a little while, see how Gerald act, and that'll tell you what he really want to do.
Yes.
Because if he start, putting on clothes, taking you out and saying, okay, let's go.
Then he
interested, but
he'll do what he needs to do to keep you if he wants you.
Right on. All right, final thoughts. I like that. He'll do what he need to keep you if he wants you. You heard it here. All right, so my final thoughts, man. There's a lot going on. Again, this is the last What's on Your Mind Wednesday of 2023. Friday, y'all tune in. It's gonna be Freestyle Friday. We're gonna have some reflections on this year. Some things we're looking forward to for next year. And it's a lot going on, man. I'm excited about what the new year brings. We hope y'all can tap in and tune in as well. There's more that needs to be done and needs to be said.
Yes, be ready for the new year. Appreciate these last couple of days. Reflect on the good and the bad. Be the change you want to be. Right, and write down those 5 things.
Right on. This has been the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club and your brother John.
This is Qiana.
And we out.
Yep, stay tuned for Sister Hughes.
Make you lose your shoes. Shout out around the house.
Uh-huh.
Peace.